way to get things kicked off this week here on the Wide World of Wrestling. Matt Rhodes alongside Dr. Tom Pritchard here at the 68 Wholesale Arena as we await the arrival of this man, Wayne Moxxi.
I'm familiar with Wayne Moxxi, have been for the last couple of years. You talk about a star on the rise.
Indeed, yeah, this guy, no pun intended, this cat's got a lot of moxie. A lot of guts, a lot of determination, very motivated young man. And he's gonna need all that and then some against his opponent today as the man himself walks the aisle. The man that needs no introduction. The one and only, as he says, real Nature Boy.
And his opponent.
Let me make it clear.
Loud and clear for this one. Nature Boy Paul Lee. Back this week on the Wide World of Wrestling, Doc. This will be a tough test for Wayne Moxxi.
No doubt about it, but it might be a tough test for the Nature Boy as well. Let's not sell Wayne Moxxi short, but at the same time, he's going to have to stay on his toes because Paul Lee is a decades-long professional. He's been around professional wrestling his entire life. He's a tremendous businessman. He knows the ins, the outs, and where your weaknesses are, and he capitalizes every time he steps in that ring.
Well, as he says, he feels he is the dirtiest player in the sport of professional wrestling. We've seen that on display on this same program. Wayne Moxxi is going to have eyes at the back of his head in this one. Oh, he's asked for the microphone, Doc. We know.
Uh-oh.
We know.
Yeah.
This is never a good thing.
Yeah.
Let's see what the Nature Boy has on his mind. Telling James Carson to show the man some respect. Come on, Carson. I bet Tim Horner hired this referee.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if Paul Lee gave him a great deal either.
Okay, Sweetwater, Tennessee. As I look around, I'm the only 10 I see.
I've heard that somewhere.
The real Nature Boy.
Well, I'll woo him on that.
Hey, wait just a second. You know what's the matter with America today? Parents let their kids boo somebody like me when I'm the greatest wrestler you've ever seen. If you got a problem with it, don't pay attention, you bunch of little kids. Study those little kids. Matter of fact, I'm going to be the new TV champion whenever this little match comes up. You know why? What prettier face to be on TV than mine. Because everybody here came to see me, am I right?
Got a point.
Doc, you're nodding your head in agreement with him here.
Yeah, yeah.
But remember, there's only one rule when the Nature Boy is here. You can woo me, just don't boo me.
Well, obviously, this crowd here is booing the Nature Boy. And again, it's his opponent, Wayne Moxxi, stands across the ring here. He's ready to lock up here.
Take your head if I come out there. There you go, young lady. Take care of this.
Well, we talk about experience. We can't give it away. You've got to actually go out there and get it yourself. And the experience factor lies with the Nature Boy in this match. But I got to tell you, Wayne Moxxi is no one to look over. And if Paul Lee looks over Wayne Moxxi just one time, it only takes an opportunity to get a 3 count. And I think the Nature Boy might be a little too smart for that.
Moxxi doesn't have the experience advantage. He doesn't have the size advantage, but I'll give him the heart advantage here. And it is sometimes the size of the heart and the dog in the fight that makes the difference.
Oh,
he may
wow,
not be
here
the
we go.
biggest man, and it's going to be on display right here as you see the shoulders on the mat early for a 2 count. Moxxi that close.
Nice drop kick.
Great athlete is Wayne Moxxi. Look at the spring in those steps. Beautifully executed. Paul Lee ducks the clothesline. Oh, and the power on display as he slams Moxxi into the mat. Splat.
Well, I'll give the edge again to Paul Lee as far as experience, but that was a rookie mistake, in my opinion, by turning his back to Wayne Moxxi. But Moxie's paying the price right now for taking advantage of it. And that's really what you have to do is find every advantage you can in the ring. And against a veteran like the Nature Boy, Paul Lee, you need all the advantages you can take.
Oh, high risk over the top as those long, large legs of Paul Lee in great physical shape come across the back of the neck of Wayne Moxxi. I mean, Paul Lee is no cruiserweight, but he's moving around like a luchador.
He does have moves like a luchador. He has moves like a champion. Paul Lee, I got to tell you, he's a dark horse entry in the TV championship. I fully believe that a lot of people are counting this guy out, but you can't count anybody out who goes into something as valuable and distinctive as a TV championship. And Paul Lee truly believes in himself, and that's the first key, is have the confidence, believe in yourself, and you can do anything. But right now,
ride the waves here. He's going to stretch him out. Look at this strength right here. It takes a lot of lower and upper body strength here to pull this one out. And as you said, maybe your dark horse favorite and a guy that a lot of people ain't given a chance here to is Paul Lee in this TV title battle royal that's coming up here in the next couple of weeks. A lot of great talent going to be involved in that, but you may be right. You may be onto something. Paul Lee may be a guy that people are underestimating in this battle royal that's coming soon.
Well, Paul Lee just underestimated Wayne Moxxi by pretty much nonchalantly putting a cover with one finger. You're not going to beat anybody like that, and especially a guy like Wayne Moxxi. Oh!
I think Lee is supposed to embarrass him here. I mean, we're not far from Moxie's hometown, Strawberry Plains, Tennessee. I think he's just trying to make an example. I mean, why would he release the submission hold a moment ago? I mean, he's just trying to embarrass this young man here in front of some of his friends and family.
Either that or he's making a statement that this is what's going to happen to anybody else who steps in the ring with the Nature Boy.
All right, now he's whipping him like a rented mule. Great counter here.
Whoa.
Lee goes up onto the apron, but he thinks he has Moxxi well scouted. He might want to turn around. Oh, that's disgusting. He's got his back turned, and Moxxi is not able to capitalize on a prime opportunity. Well, he does, but not, I think, to the level he wanted to. Is this a mistake here? He's going to try to superplex him over to the ring. Is it too much?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I spoke way too soon. What power by Moxxi.
Yeah, don't sell this guy short. Wayne Moxie's got a great career ahead of him as well, and that's what the Nature Boy, oh my goodness.
James Carson trying to get him out of the corner here. Well-placed kick. The mule kick there. He's beat Moxxi like a rented mule. Now Paul Lee's acting like a mule with the kick.
That's smart on the part of the veteran in this ring, and I don't always agree with stuff like that, but you got to give him.
Oh, the Canadian Destroyer. Even Paul Lee's on that trend nowadays, folks, but it's effective, and he may have Moxxi put away.
Moxie's eyes look like there's nothing home, nobody home right now. He landed hard.
Boys, this is the question, Doc. Is there any footage out there of Dr. Tom doing a Canadian Destroyer?
Yeah, I think it's on another galaxy with Riley Rocket.
Nice takedown there. Well, no, I thought Moxxi tripped Lee, but Lee with a DDT to the leg there. Let me get some researchers on that footage of Dr. Tom and the Canadian Destroyer here.
Yeah, it's in another galaxy, in another timeline, running parallel with the quantum physics going on with Perry Hart.
Maybe if you and Horner ever lock horns again, right?
Look, Tim Horner doesn't even show up for work.
He's going for the figure four here. There's been a lot of talk about Nature Boys and last rides and all this stuff. Well, Paul Lee's got a lot left in the tank. You see this figure four here using that ropes. That is just textbook dirtiest player in the game mentality right there.
Well, Paul Lee doesn't mind carrying that torch, and that's something he believes in wholeheartedly. And once again, you can't argue with success even though holding the rope a little too long in there, I would look at the referee's credentials. And I would have a meeting with Tim Horner if it was me. In fact, I don't even want to talk to Tim Horner, so there you go. Until we get this referee thing
we have a
cleared
tag.
up.
He's submitted. Moxxi has submitted to the figure 4.
Wow. Well, then why doesn't... Okay, about time.
Now, Paul finally breaks it. I was getting ready to say I hand it to Moxxi. Moxxi wasn't allowing his shoulders to be counted down, but just too much for the young up-and-coming Wayne Moxxi to deal with here. Paulie, is your way? Come on now. This is ridiculous right here. You've won the match, Paul.
You don't have to prove your point against a young talent like Wayne Moxxi right now.
Oh, is he going to? No. He's going to do this out here.
Wow.
He's wrapping the leg around the post, and a figure 4 is applied around the ring post. This could be ripping the ligaments and ACL in his knees as we speak. Wow, what a heinous assault here.
I think that's just adding a little bit of insult to injury, rubbing the salt in the wound, if you will. But you won't forget the Nature Boy anytime soon, and neither will neither will Wayne Moxxi, if you beg your pardon.
We may need some officials out here to check on Moxxi. We're going to have to step aside, folks. But Paul Lee, and again, we need some help out here.
Do your job, Carson. Or
The
at least do
referee
your
is
job,
doing
Horner.
nothing here. Moxxi may be seriously injured here. He's not done. I don't know if we need to take a break, get some people out here, call in the National Guard.
What's the Nature Boy doing? He's got chairs?
Oh, this is not sportsmanlike. This is not what this sport is about right here. This is ridiculous. Heinous assault. Oh, God Almighty.
The following contest is a tag team match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Led to the ring by the notorious one and only Perry James.
Weighing in at 209 pounds, the legacy, AJ Cazana.
You're talking about an intimidating crew, Doc.
I don't like Perry James, but I have to respect the fact that he's got these guys together and is assembled 3 of the most devastating wrestlers in JCP today.
Looks like Silas Mason will not be joining these guys at the ringside, but that's still, this is a dangerous duo in itself, and of course, the notorious Perry James is also a danger in his own right. This is not going to be easy for the Stu crew.
Uh-oh.
And of course,
no, I hope he doesn't hurt his father's feelings again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremiah Plunkett and myself have come here to give you the pleasure, the viewing pleasure, the audio pleasure, all the pleasure in the world, Plunkett, to see the greatest tag team to step foot in a JCP wrestling ring. As a matter of fact, we're feeling very generous tonight. Back on. We don't have to call out anybody. We'll just take on the first jabroni that steps through that freaking curtain. What do you think, Plunkett? That's a good idea. Send anybody, anytime.
well, that's not a very nice way to talk about your opponents, Tom. The Stu crew is far from 2 jabronis.
I don't expect anything nice to come out of these guys' mouths at all. Again, AJ Cazana has proven that he doesn't care what his father thinks. He doesn't care what his father does. Even though he has all these health problems.
Oh, they're going straight for the ring, Doc, and we ain't waiting. We're not waiting for an official start. This one's getting started hot, and the Stu crew taking it right to Plunkett and Cazana.
That's all you can really do when you're against guys like this, and you better get the jump on them first, because if not, you give them any bit of advantage.
No effect.
Whoa.
No effect on the silverback. Oh,
Wow.
my. He is lighting him up. He's giving him a free tan here. Cazana hot tails it out of here. And these big Stewart brothers are now going to have their way with Jeremiah Plunkett. Three-point stance.
Double shoulder.
I played football back in my day. I'd have hated to look across the field at these guys.
You're not kidding. Any one of these four.
What a hip toss.
Yeah, you got some big men in that ring, Matt. And they're finally now just settling down and figuring out that outside the ring is a better place to be.
Plunkett sent for the ride. Perry James, you see the frustration on his face on the other side of the ring here as he looks to regroup. Oh, are we going to see this? This big man going to fly through the ropes. With a suicide dive, he wipes out both Plunkett and Cazana. The Stu crew, yeah, they didn't take too kind to being called jabronis. Might as well just call these guys squirts. They're far from that. These are big men, near fall.
Well, the Stu crew are two big guys, and they're brothers. Close as can be, and when you get that combination of brothers and knowing how to wrestle, knowing how to fight, having each other's back, it can not bode so well for their opponents.
Plunky still got his ring jacket on here. Oh, and he's using it as a weapon here. Plunkett getting abused here by the Silverback. Now the tag to the man known as Twisted Steel. Great double team move there. And that big, I think, size 18 boots up in that territory. Man, near fall.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to hook a leg or hook a head or something on Jeremiah Plunkett if you expect to pin him.
Well, Plunkett's a journeyman, but he is a experienced veteran, maybe one of the best in the sport.
Well,
nice.
Being a journeyman, Matt, let me just hit that point real quick. Being a journeyman along in professional wrestling, it just takes one meeting, one opportunity. And I've got to say, that man at ringside on the outside, Perry James, is that opportunity right now. He has developed some kind of system and some kind of, oh my gosh.
Rookie mistake there by Stewart.
Perry James has developed a way to talk to these young guys and get them in his corner.
Oh!
And you're going to see Jeremiah Plunkett as well as A.J. Cazana either flounder or strive and do great things here.
You got youth and experience in this tag team. Nice vertical suplex by Cazana. Obviously, Cazana, the youth, only a couple of years under his belt right now, but he's made the very best of those couple of years.
Well, yes, he has, and so have the Stu crew. The Stu crew are a pretty impressive tag team to look across the ring at and say, if you want to beat us, you're going to have to, because we're not laying down for anybody. Whoa!
Old school right there, twist of the neck by Plunkett. We're just going back to talk about how good Jeremiah Plunkett is. 15 years I've been in this sport, and I've heard since day one, Jeremiah Plunkett, one of the best. You hear that from the other wrestlers in the locker room. They recognize how good Jeremiah Plunkett is. He's just never been recognized on a national stage until recently. He's been gaining some notoriety. Finally, people realizing how good this guy is.
The key there is consistency. He's been consistently tough. He's been a consistently great opponent. He's been consistently, here we go, here's a cover.
A clothesline by Cazana.
Wow.
Cazana's a moving weapon. This guy is solid as a brick outhouse.
But Jeremiah Plunkett has been out there and just waiting for someone to give him an opportunity. And I go back to this Perry James. He's a guy who knows how to get in these guys' heads. He knows what to say and how to say it. Timing is everything.
Look at this claw right here to the nerve hold. A lot of these smart people at home on their keyboards, they don't like stuff like this. That was a very effective way to manipulate your opponent with that nerve hold. And now he's loosening the pressure here on that headlock. Grabs a handful of hair possibly there as he slings Stewart down.
I think one of the key things Perry James is doing with actually all three of these young guys, if you want to include Silas Mason, he's telling them, don't listen to the social media. Don't listen to the people at home. Don't listen to the people telling you this is wrong, this is bad. I've got to say, Perry James has a recipe for success, and if his charge is listen to him, there's no telling what's going to happen.
And this nasty claw locked in, and we talked about it. This team is not going to do any offensive moves to please the internet wrestling fans. They're old school, they're tough, they're going to use claws, they're going to use right hands, they're going to use dirty tactics to get over on their opponents. And again, right to the top of the head with that claw, something rarely seen anymore.
Well,
but he has neutralized. He has neutralized a man that is bigger than him with a claw.
Well, again, he and AJ are doing those quick tags and coming in and out, keeping the brothers apart, keeping Dylan on their side of the ring.
In tag team matches, those quick tags, especially in a building as hot as it is right now in the summertime, it is hard on bigger guys to keep their oxygen. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're depriving Dylan Stewart of his airwaves right now.
Look, I don't care how big you are. When you're in that ring sucking wind, it's tough. And they have kept Dylan Stewart over on their side of the ring. They being AJ Cazana and Jeremiah Plunkett. Now a great double suplex.
And that may have zapped anything Stewart had left
Takes
in the
lot
tank.
out of the Stew crew. Here we go.
Lateral
No.
press, only a 2.
Man.
Plunkett arguing with the referee here that that was a slow count.
Well, you know, it might have been a slow count. Thinking about it, looking at that, let's see.
Well, he's got the hair. The poor referee is not admonishing him now. Now he finally admonishes him for the hair.
You can thank
5
Tim
minutes
Horner
too
for
late.
that. Tim Horner has yet to go over anything with these officials. Horner doesn't know. He couldn't sell or book Lassie in a pet store. This is how terrible Tim Horner is with the officials. He doesn't care. It's haphazard. And this is the thing that the tag teams, as well as the other singles competitors, need to complain about.
I think that referee's got Tim Horner stamped on his head there.
I think
so
he
Tim
does
Horner
too. Probably got
approved.
it stamped other places on his body as well.
Look out here. Cazana goes face down here. Stewart, this is the opportunity that he so desperately needs to make the tag here. The outweighting arms of his big brother, this silverback, 350 pounds of raw power, looking to get in this match and create some chaos. Foiled right now by Cazana. Tag made by Plunkett. There's the tag to the silverback. This is big enough.
Whoa, Cazana said, no, I'm not coming out. You're going to have to come get me. Wow.
When the freight train is at full throttle coming down the tracks, the only thing you can do is get out of the way. Sometimes there's not enough time. Look at this here. Ooh, big splash, raining down.
Talk about taking the wind out of somebody. I mean, a man 270 pounds like Zach Stewart doing a splash on you.
I like how Cazana broke that up. He kicked the man right in his fingers. That was unique.
Again, smart move on AJ Cazana's part.
On a right to the eyes. And they are neutralizing the big man. And again, they're looking for the double suplex here
There's
again.
another one.
They got the other one earlier. Oh, they almost got him up. He's just too much. Too powerful. See, oh, he's going to reverse it. Wow. What a display of strength.
Incredible strength by Zach Stewart, and no wonder he's called the Silverback.
This may be one of the strongest men in wrestling.
No doubt about it. He's the only man I can see doing a Samoan drop and drop kick at the same time. Now the brothers combining their efforts and working well together.
Oh, Stewart, little Stu hit the exposed turnbuckle there, and he may be done for. As now the double team ensues on the bigger of the Stewart brothers. Oh, baby. No effect. Oh, what a beast of a man.
Hit him in the whiskers again. Nope.
He's got him by the throat. He's going to sit him for the ride. The choke slam. Straight to the canvas.
Here we go, Perry James. I think he's showing just why. Well, yeah. I was going to say why he might be a valuable asset, but I think
he tossed
Zach
the foreign
intercepted.
object to Stewart. He did not introduce those knuckles into this matchup. I'm not sure who introduced them. Probably that man right there. But I don't know that for sure.
Well, what were you watching? Because I saw him actually throw it in the ring.
Get these out of here. These are
Must
not
have slipped by my vision here, but I wouldn't doubt it 1 second. But now, The referee is trying to discuss something here. I don't know if he's talking to one of the attendants at
Probably
ringside.
asking Tim Horner if it's okay to go home yet.
Cover, foot on the ropes, and oh, he still won here. And Cazana and Plunkett with Perry James. And again, we talked about how dangerous Perry James could be, and he proved it. Well, these men have no pride in the way they win. They just want to win.
It doesn't matter as long as you get the win, as long as you get the winner's purse, and you go home knowing that you're the better team. And Perry James, for as much of a distraction and a pain in the neck he can be, you can't argue with success. I can't argue with success.
Well, we roll right on with more action here on the Wide World of Wrestling. JDL filler.
He's on this schedule for one fall, and it is for your JCP Heavyweight Championship.
I appreciate it.
You people shut up. Well.
A man that needs no music coming to the ring.
If it's not the pride of the South, JDL. Watch this match. You people shut up and listen when I talk. Introducing myself, the pride of the South, standing in at over 6 feet tall, weighing in at over 220 pounds. I am the man, the myth, and the legend. The one and only JDL.
Well, thankfully he said the one and only.
Now introduce my opponent.
Well, thank goodness there are no more like JDL.
Well, his opponent, no laughing matter, one of the best and fastest rising stars in professional wrestling right now. This man, unforgettable Axton Ray. There he is, the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion, Axton Ray. Set to take on JDL here in this marquee matchup this week on the Wide World of Wrestling. What a role Axton Ray has been on since really going into singles action. He has ascended to the top of the mountain here, Tom, and you gotta know he's the most important man in this company right now. He's the face of JCP.
Well, that's a good thing for JCP, because here is a guy who's not afraid to leave his home base, go out and learn a new style, defend his reputation, and defend everything he believes in whenever he goes abroad, from England to Germany, Australia. And every time he comes back, you notice he picks up something new. And the fans appreciate that too.
I'm almost not going to disagree with you.
You know, I can appreciate a guy like JDL. He's kind of a throwback, an old school soul. You see the look, no knee pads. He's ready to fight here tonight, and this is a big opportunity for JDL.
Well, it's great. Yeah, the lights kind of flickered a little bit, I think, just when you said that. So, who do you know upstairs?
I don't know, but that's kind of worrying me right now. What kind of connection does JDL have?
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, as we set foot in this non-title matchup,
Well, it's going to be, I can tell you this, it's certainly going to be a hard-hitting match, and JDL is a throwback. He's one of those guys that doesn't mind getting in the mud, the blood, and the beer, and Axton Ray is another guy who doesn't mind hitting you back. And that's what you need when you're going to be a champion here.
Yeah, neither man afraid of physicality here, although JDL is a slimy character at times, but he wants to get a win here if he can, because that would almost guarantee him a future title shot.
Well, I would hope so. At the same time, if Horner has anything to do with it, does he even know how to fix ratings? Does he even know how to do anything like this and know where these guys rank in the top 10? I mean, why hasn't JDL had a championship match yet?
Oh, sure. Speaking of Horner, if you check with Cazana's nurses, is he doing okay? We wanted to check in on that.
Who?
Cazana, Joe Cazana.
Oh, yeah. No, he's okay right now. I think he's taking his heart pills. His wife put him in his wheelchair and took him to his doctor's appointments all last week. And he's having trouble with fiber. I think he had a little too much fiber last week in his diet, and they had to clean the wheelchair before they could take him to his doctor's appointment. But from what I understand, he's doing much better.
Well, we certainly look forward to hearing that update on Mr. Cazana.
Yes, and his fiber intake as well. I'll make sure I give you guys an update.
Appreciate that investigative journalism there. Are we going to see a handshake here between these two?
I wouldn't handshake. I would wrestle. I don't care about making friends. Afterwards, if you want to talk to me, great. But before and during the match, I'm there to fight. I'm there to win.
There you see Axton here. Axton is full of confidence.
You know, Axton Ray, I think, not only knows his way around the ring, and yes, he's the top man at JCP right now, but sometimes he gets distracted, and I think that's one of those things he needs to learn from guys like JDL. Because if you get distracted, JDL knocks your block off, it's something you're going to remember for a long time.
Nice vicious tie-up here. JDL gets the better of it there. They don't set too well with Axton Ray. JDL is a wise veteran. He's been around for a while. You see another tie-up here, possibly. If I know JDL, you may even see a cheap shot. And there it was, right to the midsection.
Yeah, but he needs to follow up, and he needs to stay on a guy like Axton Ray. You can't just give him one cheap shot and expect to win.
Well, maybe a poor choice of words at cheap shot. It wasn't a dirty move. It wasn't illegal. But Axton was anticipating the tie-up there.
Once again, it's all how you look at it. What is a dirty move? I think everything is fair in love and war, and protect yourself at all times in the ring and expect what you get.
Nice arm drag, textbook arm drag by the man that is known as Unforgettable. He does some unforgettable things in that ring.
You ever get to that point where sometimes you just hear voices in your head, and voices talking out in space? And that's what it looks like Axton Ray is doing right now. He's listening to the voices in his head and taking over with the arm.
I've heard voices in my head all through this program, including Joe Cazana's at some point. So
oh my God,
that's why we hope he's doing well.
Yeah, how's your fiber intake?
Not that good these days. I need to go visit the Taco Bell. I'm going to back him to the corner here. You're welcome for the free plug, Taco Bell. I expect free food.
Well, Axton needs to get out of this corner fight. JDL takes advantage with that chop. And now JDL's finding out you have to stay on this guy.
Great hip toss right there is JDL showing his power. Lateral press, only a 1 count. But right on him. He does not relent. He is not letting Axton breathe. Great drop down here. You see the speed. And
beautiful arm drag.
Form again on that arm drag. No room for error as Axton Ray snaps him right over.
It's shades of Jack Briscoe and Ricky Steamboat. Look him up. You'll see a beautiful arm drag.
Oh, absolutely. Two of the very best to ever do it, my friend. But JDL smartly gets the ropes here.
Smart move.
Reverses here, tries to hook a headlock. Now he's looking to maybe hook a front face lock. But the referee, James Carson, here is calling for a break here. JDL wants to be careful. He doesn't want to get disqualified, and that's a straight right hand right to the jaw.
I was surprised Axton Ray is still standing.
That'll turn things around for you in a hurry. And Ray fighting now, fighting back. A couple of closed fists in return of his own. You can't blame Axton for retaliating and wanting to punch a guy It's not normally in Axton's repertoire to use the closed fist, but when a guy gives you a sucker punch like that, you want to hit him back.
Well, Axton better learn. Here's a cover.
Lateral
not
press
a good
here.
cover at all.
Not an ounce of weight on that. No pressure.
Yeah, you're not going to beat Axton Ray without hooking a leg or putting the forearm across his face.
JDL likes to smile for the camera. That was his moment right there, his 15 seconds of fame, if you will. Look at the hip toss. Trying to hip toss him over the top. And now look at Axton quickly to the apron here. Look maybe for a high-risk move. Oh, and a double axe handle. Caught me by surprise with that one. Now Axton gets this back into the ring. He realizes this match can only be decided inside the ring. Again, that beautiful arm drag. Axton, a great athlete, a collegiate athlete, is a part of King University up in Northeast Tennessee.
Beautiful roundhouse kick.
He caught JDL right on the button. Can he close it out here? JDL may be coming up a little short tonight. Is Axton Ray maybe looking to end it right here? Great counter by JDL, goes for a short clothesline. Drives him back to the corner here. Now you see a battle of wills here. Both men they've got a hold of one another here. They're not really going anywhere.
I think JDL came into this match highly underestimating Axton Ray, and this is what he's doing now. It's paying the price.
Highly underestimating one of the best in the world today, and maybe overestimating his own abilities. That being JDL. Here's a cover. Carson, a little slow in position there, only a 2 count. Could have cost Axton Ray momentarily, but this match continues. In his main event matchup this week, big players are in the ring right now.
Go for a monkey flip.
Countered by JDL. Now this is a position of vulnerability for Axton Ray. If JDL can execute this, maybe a suplex here, something from the top rope. There's a long way down to the canvas.
Yeah, it's a dangerous move for both guys up here, being this high and not knowing how you're going to land.
So again with that flying double axe handle, great agility there. Is he gonna get the cover here? And JDL rolls up at 1.
All right, hold that shoulder down. That was a kick out.
Notice how he tucked that arm away and had the leverage on that left shoulder.
Axton Ray is showing the versatility he has every time he steps in the ring. He's not afraid to fight you. He's not afraid to wrestle you. And you better not overlook him.
Axton Ray going to go up top here. Might be looking for a high-risk move. Axton loves to fly through the sky. He's going to go. JDL cut him right off there.
One more time, Matt. He got caught.
Again, we talked about JDL not having the knee pads on. That may have come back to bite him right there.
Well, I actually looked at that. If you look, JDL is just wearing his knee pads over his boots. Now, if you can explain that to me, here's a cover. If you can explain that to me, then I'll be satisfied. But I've never understood why guys will wear their knee pads on their calves. Well, on the calves, I get it, but over the boot, I'm not really sure. Well, can you do your investigation?
I know why Ric Flair wore them over his, but I can't say the same for JDL. Yeah, I got JDL. I can't say that for JDL. I've seen some of his video posts from the gym. JDL's a workout freak, and so was Flair. Don't get me wrong. But here's a cover here. JDL to try to pull off a big win.
What exactly are you trying to say about Flair?
Well, it may be best left unsaid. Oh, what a knife edge there. Looks like JDL now is solid in the driver's seat. Axton Ray crashes and burns, sternum first into the middle turnbuckle there, and it almost was over.
Yeah, you got to cover high on those shoulders if you're going to get a pin. And you got to hook a leg.
JDL, I think, may have just pulled up the knee pads. A little late in the match for that. Maybe that knee starting to bother JDL here. Look at the suplex him here. Axton not wanting to cooperate there. He has to lay an extra axe handle across the back.
Beautiful suplex.
Floats him over here. Covers. And another kick out at 2.
I'll give it to JDL. He isn't letting up, but he's got to stay on his man now. Axton didn't become a champion. Here we go.
Now this isn't going to win you the match right here. This is A foolish move there, if you will, by JDL.
Axton Ray did not become a champion by rolling over and giving up. He's a tough man. He's been around for a long, long time. And when you're lackadaisical in your covers and lackadaisical in your offense, that's going to come back to bite you.
Well, Axton Ray won the championship by pushing an injured RT3 to the limit. And he took things, maybe some thought maybe a little too far in that matchup, but he won the match fair and square and became the champion. We've really not seen RT3 since.
Oh.
Man, JDL looking to close in on a win and to beat the champion.
Beautiful knee.
Doubles him
Well
over.
placed.
Axton, I think, was trying to maybe come in with a flying dive or some sort as he got caught as he left his feet and he turned to flip. And a near fall. JDL now takes back to taking his time again, back to the cover.
You've got to stay aggressive. You can't let the champion kick out. You can't give him room to breathe. There you go.
Frustration starting to set in here. If you're JDL, you're asking yourself what else do you have to do to put away the champion.
Oh,
That's
that echoed throughout this building. My gosh.
Axton Ray, you can tell he's been through a battle here. You can see by the pain on his face, JDL may be a high-risk move away from beating the Southeastern champion here this week.
Here we go again. JDL trying this high risk.
Gonna look for a superplex here, and this could be a turning point. Well, Axton's grabbed that top rope, and that's a desperation for your life type counter right there. Knocks JBL down. JDL knocked a little loopy here on spaghetti legs as Axton slowly ascends to the top. Gonna fly again for another double axe handle for the third time. This time, JDL leaves his feet.
Trying to pull Axton, trying to pull JDL out of the ring, or to the middle of the ring.
And a switch,
Nice switch
by both men here. Look at the power. Michinoku driver right there by Ray as he got it
Wow.
with a three. It's over. From out of nowhere, Axton Ray picks up the big win.
JCP heavyweight champion,
Axton Ray is showing the mark of a true champion, and again, that goes with consistency and defeating your opponents. Good job by Axton Ray.
Absolutely. Your champion once again victorious. JDL may want to look forward to that TV title tournament that's around the corner. He wants gold around his waist because after this loss, he's going to be knocked down the ladder a peg or two. But a great match by both these men. JDL just a little short this week. Well, we are out of time this week on this edition of the Wide World of Wrestling. For the one and only legendary Dr. Tom Pritchard, I'm Matt Rhodes. We'll see you next time.